And there's probably going to be 3 things listed here. Okay. Okay, so how does this look? We just started this thing here, right here. It says 14 people waiting. Edit video. I don't want to edit the video. I want it to come up starting today at 5. Okay, maybe that's all we need. Okay, I'm going to read. There we go. There we go. There we go. Are we here now? Are we here? Let's ask the basic questions. Can you hear me? Kermit, can you see me? Can you see me now? Can you see me now? I'm trying to get myself on the screen. I can't even figure out how to get myself on the screen. What do you press so that I can see myself on Streamlabs? I cannot recommend buying Streamlabs. Maybe Streamlabs people will see it and say, Lewis, let's help you. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do this. Let's do that. Maybe we need to do that. Steve Cuff is here. Okay, everything's going to be okay. Daddy Bannister in Laos is going to be okay. Adam Hudson says we can see you. We can see and hear you. I can't see myself, though. I can't see. I'm pressing the thing, and I can't see myself. So Claire says we can see you. You're as hot as usual. Thank you, Claire. I appreciate that really a lot. I think the wrong chat is on the screen. Is this the wrong chat? Okay, we're going to put on live chat. I've got 12 viewers here. 12. We have 12 viewers. The screen is stuck on the last one. Why would it be stuck on the last one? Do you see me wearing a red shirt? I can't see myself now. F you, Streamlabs. Oh my God, is it me? Is it Streamlabs? I'm not pointing at you. I was thinking of Streamlabs. I'm looking at a Streamlabs desktop software, and it's just not coming up. How many times do I have to, what do I press? Tell me, Streamlabs, what do I press? Ian Higgs is here, which is good. The stream, okay. Shish Weavers is here. Daz is here. Okay, we're building up. We're good. Is this Ron? Am I Ron Burgundy? Ron Burgundy, he's got a support staff back there. I got nobody. My son is in Scotland. He is in Scotland. For F's sake, I've been switching backwards and forwards. Which one is live? It should say today's date, which is a Wednesday, I assume. I think it's a Wednesday. But my thing isn't coming up. It's not coming up. The screen isn't coming up. I want to see my face on this screen. It should be on a top thing. And it's not. You're wearing a dark red shirt. Okay. That's what this thing is. Now the question is, will it come up? It won't come up. It won't come up. I've got to get rid of Streamlabs. I'm going to make a note. Get rid of Streamlabs. How many bits of problems we had? Is it me? Maybe it's not me. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's not me. I don't know what it is. Streamlabs. I click it and nothing happens. Nothing happens. Clicking. Studio mode. Clicking editor. Nothing happens. What's the point of having this if you press a screen and nothing happens? Lewis, breathe. You're here. So are we. Okay, we're here. We're here. We're here. It's like, why do I have 2 things coming up at the exact same time? This shirt is Ron Burgundy. Okay, get rid of Streamlabs. Write that down. Yeah, get rid of Streamlabs. Get rid of Streamlabs. I mean, it's free. That's the most important thing. It is free. It doesn't cost anything. But if it's going to be this kind of free, how many problems have we had? We've had so many problems. Can I apologize? This is one of those shows. I got to apologize to the audience because you're seeing me as, like, let's say we were going out together and you're living here in Lewis Schaffer's Nunhead Mansion. You're living here with me. This is what you would see half the time. You wouldn't see the jovial, oh my God, I love you, love you. It's like, I'd be furious at you. You've done absolutely nothing to deserve this. Best start. No, it's not the best start because people see this thing and they think this guy's insane. Insane. That's why I was fired from GB News. I wasn't even fired. They just stopped calling me. Hi, Lou. I saw the photo on social media of you looking very fetching in your hospital again. All right, let me explain that. I had a problem because I got a message on my patient access app that said that they didn't find anything when they did the CT scan of my down there parts, whatever they call it, anus. I don't know what they call it. They were checking for cancer or bleeding or blood. They were checking for this. and they didn't find any. And I thought, you know what? Remember, I posted a picture which said I'm going into the hospital, and people thought, "Oh, you're going to die, Lewis," especially because I'm a carnivore. I'm a carnivore. I'm not going to do a text class shishweavers. Don't even joke about that. It just hammers home. I used to be so good at this. Maybe do I have mild dementia, do you think? Maybe something's happening. Anyway, so I got a notice that the test that I took on the 26th of August, none of this is coming up. None of this is coming up. Updated schedule for today. It's there, but I'm not getting, my image isn't here. It's not here. Anyway, so I thought, you know what I'll do? Because people were worried about me, because that's what I do. I'm an attention seeker. I don't care if they're worried or if they're happy, whatever it is. I'll tell you everything that I'm doing. Down there, the undercarriage, Paul Manning, Schmeckel and Salach, is that a Yiddish word that I don't know? Anyway, I wanted to put, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't make a screen grab because maybe I've got too much stuff on my computer. Do I need HRT? I might need something like that. I think my testosterone is very strong. I've been very strong. Joodles had a message retracted. What did she say? For her to retract the message means she might have said something. Anyway, so I put this up. My son, but I tried to put it up. 2 images. One of me in a hospital gown, which was real, and the other was of the screen grab showing that there's no cause for concern. That was the problem. I couldn't get the screen grab up. How many of you have had problems like that? We've all had problems like that. So Sam S, it is no news, or it's good news. It's saying, hey, Lewis, look at me getting so angry. Look at me getting so angry. Oh my God, I look insane. Do I look insane? I look insane. And now, so we've had trouble because this thing is not going out live. There's like a 10-second delay or something, or more than that. It could be a 30-second delay. Who knows what kind of delay there is? It could be even more than a 30-second delay. I don't know. What am I talking about? I can't tell what I'm talking about. All I know is this, is if I don't calm down, I'm going to have a stroke. Number one. So we're being calm. I traveled across the country today. I bicycled for 5 hours yesterday. I mean, granted, it was an electric bike. You guys were on the stream last night. So I did end up, you could end up in the hospital because I couldn't get the screen grab up. Yes. Do you know how irritating that is? You press screen grab, it takes a picture of it, you edit it down, you press save, so it should go to your Google Photos, and it's not there. I did it 3 times. I mean, I might be using too much information. Okay? I might be using too much information. So we're all here. Is this where we are? Let's see where we are. Let's see if there's a picture of me back here. There's still no picture of me. Dashboard home, let's press that. Maybe that'll work. No, that's not going to work. Let's go back up to layout editor. Maybe if I press layout editor, that's nothing. Let's do this. Nothing. Let's press layout editor so it goes away. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. We're all here. Turn all messages. Turn on all messages. I am. And do not shout. Okay. If I shout, does the sound go crazy? Bobby Crush is here. Who is Bobby Crush? Say hello. Where are you from? Are you fat? Where are you from? Are you fat? Stop being fat. So I've got no picture of myself on this thing. I don't know why. Do I owe them money? Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. We're here. We are here. We are here. And I'd like to think that I'm talking to you at this very moment. Bobby Crush from Liverpool, currently living in Thailand. Okay, well, there you go. Daddy Bannister is also he's living in Laos, which is, I guess, next door to Thailand. Steve Cuff, how did the 9 p.m. Streamlab go last night? Did you get more viewers at that time? I got the same as this, basically. We got the same. But it was a bit better because I was so exhausted I had to focus. And then my son came. Did you guys see my son? It was so nice. He has a friend, which is really nice. It's 5:22. It's 5:22. Let's see what it says here. Let's see what it says here. Live streaming. No, that's not it. Bear with me, please. What time does this say? It says like I've fallen behind. I've fallen behind. I don't understand what this is. I think because I started late. Because I'm looking at this live stream thing. I'm not looking at the Streamlabs thing. I mean, Simon Arnold is here. Where is Simon? Did I see Simon? Are you here, Simon? Where is Simon? Anyway, the sound is fine. He's North American. They're always shouting. Yeah, I am. I'm not even. Are you Canadian? What does that mean, North American? There is only one American. That's America. Canada is not really a country. I'm sorry. It's got to be part of America, or maybe it'll break off and join China or something. Lewis, did you see the documentary about Freddie Mercury's secret daughter? It was fascinating. No, I didn't know that. Was it a real daughter? Was it a real daughter? Any Lewis Schaffer is better than no Lewis Schaffer. Claire is lovely. Hello, Simon Arnold. Tell us how you are doing, please. And please lie to us, okay, if you can. But it's really great to see Simon. We've got 33 viewers in the house here. And that's really good to know. We got 33 viewers. 36. So we're moving on up. We're moving on up. So so what were we saying? Okay. Let me get back on track because I'm calming down. Can you see that I'm calmed down a little bit? Thank you, Jules, for calming me down. Everybody like, subscribe, and join. Send me 10 pence a day. Send this thing 10 pence a day. It's not that much. And then if in a week or 2 weeks or a month or two you get bored with it, you can cancel. You can cancel the whole thing. Is the sound Joodles? I'm going to ask Joodles a question. Is the sound good? Smash the like. Yeah, smash it. If you need to smash it, you just take your clicker and you press click. Maltese Phil is here. Kermit is here. Bobby Crush, Steve Cuffett, Skies. 66% of the audience are men. That I find that always surprising because I'm basically gay. And it's good when guys like me. It's really nice. I really like that. But I also, and the women, I have 2 new subscribers. You have 2 new subscribers. Maltese Phil, that's really great. Okay, the sound is good, says Steve Cuff. But it's good that the girls like me too. I find that the girls who like me more than the boys who like me. It distorts slightly when you're animated and shouting, but it's okay. We can hear you. Don't say that it's okay. Say, I can hear you. Can the rest of you people hear me? What is your YouTube channel, Phil? So we can all join. We can all join. Not that I want anybody to leave this, but we can all join. So the 9 p.m. show, did the 9 p.m. show go well? Am I worried about gas bills? No, because we don't have any gas. And we have a central heating system because it's a council flat. And the heating is it's on all the time. Because the people don't deserve it. I mean, council people used to deserve it. It used to be like a council flat in this country used to be like a regular flat. It was just owned by the council. So in theory, they weren't collecting a 10 or 20% profit, which is what private landlords supposedly did. So they made it cheaper. But then they decided that council housing was social housing to give to people who needed help. And you know what I think about people who need it. I need help. I need more help than anybody. Okay? I need more help than anybody. I watched your vids today, Phil. You're a handsome fella, says Joodles. There you go. That's really high compliment. From there, I watched last night's show this morning. You and Carnegie and Rob, which is his friend, were hilarious. He's a funny boy, my son. But one of the things that makes him funny is he's really good looking. He's good looking. people have said to me, he's like, wow, your son is really good looking. Maybe he's got 22. My other, you know what I mean? So people will listen to a really good looking guy. They'll think he's funnier than a really good looking guy. Red Knight says, I think the French politicians are close to getting the Nepalese politicians treatment. Well, where the guy killed everybody in government. Do you remember that? Is that what you're talking about, Red Knight? Is that what you're talking about? Okay. Steve Cuff says, are you going to the festival on the 13th? I think I am, and I wanted to say where I'll be. Somebody mentioned that they will be at Weatherspoons, so maybe I'll meet you outside Weatherspoons. Outside Weatherspoons. Where is the Weatherspoons? Who knows where the Weatherspoons is? They're outside. I know you can't say the only Weatherspoons, but there's one there. I think that one is the closest to the starting place, but could be quite crazy. Stock transfer from local authorities to housing associations meant the loss of secure tenancies as they were replaced by assured tenancies. Easier to get the natives out for the immigrant. Bobby Crush. Probably that's true. Yeah, these people they just hate British people. Did you see what Tucker Carlson said about the whole thing? It was like really scary. It was really scary. So he says, what the hell is going on in Britain? What the hell is going on in Britain? They hate, I was going to say us. It's not really us, but they hate you. They hate British people. I hate that. What did you guys do? They hate you. Anyway, Weatherspoons might be a bit busy, Keith Bexley says. Yes, so can you think of another place? Where would be a good place to meet, Keith Bexley? Do you want to, I don't know where the actual starting place is. Women find me funny in person, Lewis, but not really online. I guess it's because I'm incredibly attractive. You can be, yeah, it's a totally different skill when you're just writing stuff down. I've written stuff down. People have hated me. Not because I was, because words matter, Warmellian. That's a really good point. Words matter. I was, but unable to go. You're not going to be going to the thing, Steve Cuff. Keith Bexley, cans of cider under a flyover. Yeah, well, are there any flyovers around? We're down near the starting thing. I'm not so sure. That'd be nice, though. No one is more attractive than Lewis, says Ian Higgs. There you go. That's what I need. The start of the show was horrible. Was absolutely horrible. You make me laugh, Galactus. Who is Galactus? There's no Galactus here. Is it Steve Cuff? Is that Galactus? I'm refusing to capitulate, and I'm continuing with your dead name. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not good for me. The blood pressures, I haven't measured in a couple of days. I haven't even weighed myself in a couple of days. I've been on the film set. L. Who is L? My name is L. What is your full name? Can you tell us your full name so we know who you are? Who are you, and are you fat? Where do you come from, and are you fat? Okay, starting point on the 13th is the top of Stamford Street near Blackfriars. Okay, so we should not meet by London Bridge then. We should meet near Blackfriars. Where near Blackfriars? Well, the train's going to stop there right at Blackfriars. Everyone's going to come out of the train. So, Stamford Street. That's what Claire says. So, any ideas near Blackfriars? I was there today. I bicycled right past there. I'm alert enough to view the show. My kidneys failed from 90 to 38. That's not... Is that a failure? Is that a failure? So, I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. Now I need a new liver. Okay, so your kidneys... My kidneys are also 38. I mean, how old are you again, Simon? You don't need it. I don't think you need a new kidney. I'm not a doctor. Take your own medical advice. Been building up the past few days now. I'm only on 9 tablets daily. Your kidneys are not failing. Your liver, maybe your liver is bad. There is no Galactus here. He's not here. He's not here. Warmellian is laughing. No, it's this. Why does Judith call him Galactus? Because she wants to say, look at me, I was here in the beginning and I remember the guy's name and I have a crush on him or something. But the answer is no. Call him by his name so I know who you're talking about. Because I forgot who Galactus is. Because I don't care about other people. Because I'm like so grumpy and horrible. I want to apologize to you people. Is the 13th a setup by the British state for what to happen? For Tommy and the people there to be beaten up by the Union people? Is that like that by the bullies, by the immigrants who feel they've got a right to speak in British politics? You could, yeah, you could. Who knows? What do you think, Bobby Crush? Where do you live? Are you fat? Oh crikey, Simon Arnold! All the heart in the world to heal you, fella, says Joodles. She's from Northern Ireland. Northern Irish people, they try to be nice because they grew up in a very bad place. Did you grow up? Is it bad, Northern Ireland? People are lovely there. That's what I keep on hearing as they're bombing you, but they're not doing that. Lewis isn't the boss of me. No, I'm not the boss of you. I'm asking you. Am I the boss of you? Do you think I'm the boss of you, Joodles? Wow, Simon, sending you strength. Let's send Simon. Let's pray for Simon. I know. Listen to me. We have to become Christians again. I mean, I don't have to, but you guys have to. You got to become Christians to fight off the enemy aliens who are moving into the country. Let's see. There's going to be a lot of counter protesters, and they get policed differently. So we'll see. Yeah. So we'll see. Why do British policemen have beards now? Have you noticed that they're all having beards? Why are they having beards all of a sudden? What other ethnic group that's in the news has beards? Why should the police have beards? Why? Why are they having beards all of a sudden? Why is the country turned into a policeman wearing beards country? Okay, so that's what Kermit says. That's a good point. We'll see. What will we see, Kermit? Tell us what we'll see. Who has tattoos? Somebody. If big protests are effective at toppling the state, why does the state allow TR's coming protest? Because it hasn't been as big as you think it's been. The protest. It needs to be crushing. 59, oh, Simon. Okay. It was the tablet I was on, then almost destroyed my kidneys. Back up to 80 now. Okay, well, that's fantastic. 80 is great, so don't worry about your kidneys. The police have beards because, if Maltese Phil, maybe that's what it is. That's why they have beards. Cam Keating, who is a guy, not a girl. He's a guy, which is good. They shouldn't have beards. I don't agree with the Yankees having beards either, but they allow that now. What do you mean the Yankees? The Yankee policemen have beards? They forget who they are. Maybe it calms the people down, but they shouldn't be calmed down. It's the police. Police with beards. Do the male police have them too, Steve Cuff? Okay. But anyway, I'm talking about because TR, do we know who we're talking about, has been working with the police for weeks to decide the route and is not doing anything illegal, says Claire. That might be true, but massive demonstrations can bring down the state. If the state is very sensitive, but Keir Starmer is not sensitive. The baseball team, the New York Yankees, are allowed to have beards now. Well, why not? I mean, that's the police. That's not the police. That's the New York Yankees. And they used to have beards back in the day, but maybe it's associated with what's going on now. Adam Hudson says this. Okay, but let me just go back. I jumped ahead. Bobby Crush says, if you have a beard, it's a disguise, a face covering, because after you have it off, the public can't identify you. It seems like fear to me. Bobby Crush, I had not thought about that. What do you think about what Bobby Crush just said? It's a way to protect the police, because then they take the beard off and they go, who is that guy? That makes almost sense. Adam Hudson, I love Adam, says, I'm a bit skeptical about TR, but will pay a visit as also a meeting mate in London for lunch. I always get suspicious when certain people get lots of coverage on TV or socials. Yeah. So you're saying TR, Tommy, is might be a plant or something. He doesn't seem like a plant, but he could, I mean, they basically prevented anybody else from having a similar type view, but maybe a bit more middle class or a bit more, more juju. I don't know what the right word is. So I mean, we support you. We support you. Okay, 59. You got more years to go. Kermit says he was watching protests at the arms conference at the XL by the lefties. They got pretty frisky, but no pepper spray, batons, horses, or mask ban orders. Yeah, because they're on the same team as those people. I mean that's actually confusing because the left loves weapons, and the left also loves protest against weapons. Claire says approximately 1 million people are expected. Yeah, Lewis Schaffer's going to go, and that says a lot. That says a lot. I have a goatee. I look crap without it. People think that. I used to dye my hair black, and I used to think, oh, I look great with it, but I looked horrible. And now I look better this way. Maybe, I hope. Maltese Phil. So maybe you don't look as good. Maybe you put a... We'll have a vote on what we will do in the future. We'll have more votes. We will have more votes. Steve Cuff says, Joodles? No, but I'd like to know more. Apparently Stormer has an absolute mare. Had a mare. What is a mare? Is that like a fight or something? Like kind of like what I had at the beginning part of the thing? Was I too much? I think I was too much. I apologize again. Why do I have to apologize? I should apologize because it's like, in order to be famous, you've got to really control yourself, and I can't control yourself. I look at 12 without a beard, says Kermit. I'm not against beards, but it's a question of why. I dyed my hair black once. I looked like Silvio Berlusconi. Yeah, or the Chinese people, they all dye their hair look horrible. Bobby Crush says, do you consider your lovely hair to be gray or gray? That's very interesting that you would say that. I would probably have spelled it until I moved here, Gray, and now I'm just confused. I could spell it either way. You guys, in this country, it's called Grey, right? Mare, nightmare. Okay, so what does that mean? Like you were screaming in the middle of the night? Is that what that was, Joodles? I only saw half, missed the good bit, Joodles, says Joe. Well, he should be. He should be in a panic because people don't like him. And if you've been chosen to bring on the destruction of Britain, people should at least think you mean well, and they don't think that. Perhaps, am I right about that? Steve Cuff says, I look like a bald smoker, a 12-year-old without, you look like you're 12 years old without yours. Yeah, but basically it's the removal of a secondary sexual characteristic, which gives you feminine looks. And if we're going to work in factories close to each other, we want to believe that everybody's it's very female, it's very feminine. Girl from Mars is here. That's so nice. Hugs to all of you beautiful people. Thank you, girl from Mars. She's got 5 kids. You know that. 5 kids. Perhaps policemen now, says Sam. Okay. Says Sam. Now have beards so they can disguise themselves if they do something bad. Yes, which they're doing. A lot of them are doing bad things. Are they doing bad things? They're knocking on people's doors and saying you said something wrong on a tweet. That's pretty bad. I will not be there on the 13th, says Cam Kinney. Well, good luck, everyone, that is. I think TR's heart is in the right place. Even if his heart isn't in the right place, he's fighting. We need someone to fight for this country. I can't fight for you. I'm a coward, and I'm not British, though my kids are British, so I guess I have to fight. Maybe those police beards, according to Bobby Crush, are just bits of elastic, like they're taped on. Could be that. Adam Hudson says, maybe you could live stream from London Saturday on your channel. Yeah. Well, who mentioned that? Did Claire mention that to me? Did Judith? Who mentioned that I should live stream from the thing? I'll have to live stream there. Unite the Kingdom. The last 2 Unite the Kingdom marches went smoothly. So I'm positive and thinking this biggest one will be amazing. And that's what's good about Claire. She's optimistic. Yeah, I think it might. Maybe it'll see the enemy that we're facing. We're in the midst of a war. There is a war. There is a war going on. I said that. How many years ago did I say that on GB News? There's actually a few wars. There's a war between us and the classes that want us invaded in us, and that's what I say. As I say, British people. There's also a war between the left and the right, and the left believe in fear and making us afraid. That's what they believe. They tell us this COVID film that I was in is a COVID film. It's about making people scared. I don't know what's that, but I mean I made a joke. I had a funny joke. I said to the people there, pretty much everyone there, let's say they were 30 years old or 20 or 50. I said, you know what? I'm so old. I actually lived through COVID and remember it. I actually lived through COVID and remember it. And people would look at me. They'd give me a look. Say, who is this guy? Are you right in the head, Adam? Have a look at what happens with static equipment. What did Adam say? That was interesting. Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you, Joodles, for pointing out. I'm not good with equipment. Maybe I could learn and give it a try or something. I won't be upset. I'm upset now because I've done this 92 shows. I think this is my 92nd show. 92 shows. I think is this 92nd? And it doesn't work. Claire says, yes, they shout hurty words at normal people, but we ignore them and keep marching. Yeah, I can see Claire not getting upset. You see the drone strike on Greta's flotilla. It looks suspiciously red, like a flare, and they have on boats, but that can be fired in any direction, like a firework, including directly up. I didn't see that. So what are you saying? Greta's flotilla was attacked by who? Was it attacked by? Israel? And what happened? What happened? So it was hit, and then what happened? I don't believe in the difference in COVID and a cold. I don't believe in COVID, and I don't believe in germs causing colds. I don't believe in germs, Warmelian. And this is one thing you might remember later on in life. You'll think to yourself, that Lewis Schaffer said that, and I actually believe him. Okay? Actually believe him. There is no such thing as a single an entity cold thing. You can get sick by having lots of bacteria, but you can get sick by injecting, as I always say, Philadelphia brand cream cheese. I thought it was confirmed as a flare. They fired back into themselves. It's like when the Palestinians blew up their own quote unquote hospital and said that Israel was blowing up the hospital. It was just a rocket that they had used. They're not firing any rockets into Israel. So Am Yisrael Chai, God bless Israel. I'm sorry. And Israel blew up Qatar. How great is that? They didn't blow it up, but they said because Qatar sides with the Palestinians. And then they gave an airplane to Donald Trump. Would you fly in a Palestinian airplane that somebody gave you? I don't think you would. I don't think you would. It could have been a flare. You know, she's not a young kid anymore. She's not a cute 15, 18, nice kid. She's an adult. So whatever we say. There is a video on X claiming to show a man in Greta's boat firing a flag and dropping it. Then someone shouts, fire, fire. Of course you could see that happening. You know, she believes in lies. The left believe in lies. I'm sorry for saying this if you're a left-wing person. But they believe in lies. But given the damage the Russian drones did last night in Poland, says Hi-Ho Kermit, I imagine them to be a little more ferocious than a discarded cigarette. Yeah, they some of them are quite large, I think, and they're basically bombs. They're similar to the what was the names of the missiles? What was the name of the missiles that the Germans aired on the British people, that the British people fought off? Cam says, Claire, there's a bunch of Union Jacks where I am. Plenty of England flags for sale in shops. Though you probably noticed. Yeah, it's a patriotic town. It's right on the coast, Eastbourne. I don't know. Well, what is we're heading into a proper war. If the Russians are doing something with the Poles, that's not a good sign because the Poles are very angry and they've got the support of the Europeans. And even if the Europeans have no money, maybe they'll get money from the Americans to fight the Russians. Yeah. Girl from Mars thinks it's a hoax and she's worried. Joe says, Lewis, sometimes doodle bugs, right? Yeah, that's right. Well, what were they called? They were called V1. That's right, V1 or V2 rockets. The V1s, I think, did more damage than the V2s. Which one? One of them did more damage. They didn't produce enough. One thing about America, why America won the war, and why Britain won the war, is Britain produced a lot of stuff back in the day. A lot of stuff, and the stuff was good stuff too. I know they say, oh, the British planes, only a Spitfire was good, but they were all good. Lots of good stuff. I totally believe it was a flare, says Kermit. 42 people. Thank you, Joodles. Okay. I've got to look for my flag. I got the American flag here, but you don't want to see that. We need a British flag. I need an English flag. We need an English flag, a great big cross. I totally believe it was a flare, Joodles, says Kermit. And look how the left-wing media lap up the drone story. Adam Bastardi making a fool of himself on Novara Media. I never watched that, and I don't know who Adam Bastardi is, but you can imagine. It's all, it's like, I said yesterday I like Trump, and the woman was like, she was ashen with hatred towards me. And then she calmed down, and she said, oh, I like this guy. I saw on TV a woman saying that her baby was shot in the head by a gun from Israel, and the baby was perfectly fine. She even showed where the baby was shot. Nothing was there. Everything is a scam, says Daz. Yeah, everything is. Lynn Kay. Hi, Lewis. Have I just realized you're doing these 92 shows? What have I missed? I mean, some of the shows have not been that good. If you'd come earlier, it was not that good. It's just, what if you miss? You haven't missed anything. You could live without Lewis Schaffer, I think. So thank you, Lynn. Thank you for coming in there. Which Lynn K is this? Where are you from, Lynn? Are you fat? Are you the Lynn K that I know? I know a Lynn Coplitz. So where are you from? Good to see you. Anyway, totally, yeah. It's lying. They're lying, and they're not our friends, and they're coming to kill us. And if they're not, recommend 79. What about 79, Joodles? Anyway, Bobby Crash says, I'm English. English is an ethnicity. I'm of this land. The British flag is the flag of a tyrannical British state and the immigrants. No. The British flag is the flag of the English people when they took over the world, and they wanted the Scots to stop fighting them and the Welsh to stop fighting them and whatever. So that's why they made the flag of the Union flag. That's what I believe. Do you disagree with that? I mean, we got, and it's not even an ethnicity anymore, because people come and what does an ethnicity mean? What does an ethnicity? There are people in this country who are proud to be English, and maybe they've got no English blood. If you love England, wave the flag. That's what I think. Wave the flag. Wave the flag. Okay. And that includes black people too. If you love England, wave the flag. I'd recommend show 79, says Joodles. How about 79, Lynn? Come back. Lynn's from Devon. That's really great. Steve Cuff says, I've seen the same child being rescued from a building by 3 different men in 3 different videos. Yeah, that's what they do. They've done a mastery, because they don't really work there. They've done a mastery of public relations. So you got to give them credit. And you got to feel bad for them, too. We're up to 45, Joodles. That's good news. Yeah, this happens all the time. When we get very, very angry, just persevere, and eventually they'll love you again, and heavy petting will resume. Who's angry at me? Yeah, they do get angry. They get angry a lot because because we're guys. They start crying or whatever they do, Or they sleep with your best friend, I guess. England belongs to the English people. Well, that's a difficult question because who are the English people? Whatever, the people who are living in this country for generations, they should have been asked before they let 1 billion people come in here. Am I right, Bobby Crush? So he says bollocks. England belongs to the English people. So we're going to kick out everybody? My kids, my sons are not English because their mother is Scottish and their father's an American. I would say you should not kick them out because they love this country. They think of themselves as English, and that's basically what matters. Lewis, men get angry too. Yeah, I get angry. I get quite angry. I'm proud to be Welsh, Steve Cuff says. I'm also British. It wasn't the Welsh army, English army, Scottish army, or Irish army that fought in World War II. It was British. Yeah, well, that's basically the problem with the country is it's like Russia. Russia became the Soviets, but the Lithuanians did not stop being Lithuanians, and the Moldovans did not stop being. But Russia's saying we're not Russians, we're Soviets. And then when independence came, Russia had to remember that it was a separate country. I think I'm making a good point. Watch the news on UK. Watch the news on UK column. They believe that Paul Marshall, the hedge fund owner and GB News owner, wants to encourage chaos in the streets. Then he will move in to buy stuff. I don't know if he has that much power. I know his son. His son is lovely. His son gave me a cigar. I haven't smoked it. I don't know. And then I was on the air. I was on the air. And now I'm not on the air. I'd like to be on the air again. Joodles wrote something to somebody who we don't know, so I'm not going to read it. Lewis, you are the only immigrant I adore. There you go. I think you're a bit of an immigrant too, because you moved down there to the coast from up north. Eventually, we're not that far north. Anyway, Joodle says I came on my YouTube today, Galactus, and it was the C word episode with the Teresa Allen joke and loads. It was far too funny. Warmellian. Is that what were you talking about? Is that the show? I'm from Viking and Jewish stock. I'm a Yorkshireman first. Yeah, people. Are we going to do DNA tests on everybody? Maltese Phil, what can you do? What can we do? Can we do it? I'm going to go get a drink of water. You just don't write anything if you don't want me to. We've got 44. The numbers are good. Okay. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Okay. 79. Look for show 79. Okay. Yes, UK column is amazing, says Adam Hudson. Level of research they do is insane. UK column. Let me write that down and never look at it again. UK column. Paul Marshall and never look at it again. I don't think Paul Marshall has enough money to take over the entire country. Or maybe it doesn't take much. You see how little money our leaders, those people are getting. Use AI to look at photos and get to decide who stays up and who goes. Only the youngest and the blondest get to stay. Yeah, well, you know what? I'm more flexible. You know, I know lots and lots of black people. 45, okay, noted. I'm more flexible. Lots of black people that I know are like they're English. Today I hung out with a guy at the show. He was like just so English. He reminded me of like I don't know what he reminded me of. I was going to say Greg Wallace, but that would say something horrible about him. Did anyone see the video today? NHS nurse talking about how organs being taken while we are alive. I cried so much. I want it to be a lie. We heard that yesterday. Didn't we hear that yesterday? That they think people should give up. What the definition of death is. They want to make it easier. That's what they do in China. They want to make it easier. They want to say, listen, I know you think you're not dead, but you're dead. So we're going to take your kidneys and your liver. Yeah, girl from Mars, my heart hurts. Because they want people dead. They don't want us to live. They don't like us. Lewis, did you make sure they didn't nick any of your organs when you went to the hospital? Can you be certain everything is still there? From what I know, my organs are not that good. My kidneys, I've got stage 3B kidney disease, which I had before I started my crazy carnivore diet. So let's just, Sam asks, thank you very much for being worried about that. Thank you very much. Andy, is it your birthday today, or did I misread on Discord? Is it which Andy is this? And Joe is asking, which Andy is it? Joe, Daz says, we have to opt out of organ donation now. Yeah. I mean, maybe yes, maybe no. Maybe, I don't know about organ donation. What do you think about organ donation? What do you think about that? What do you think about organ donation? I mean, I don't know. They want to make it like mandatory. You got to sign out of it. You got to say, I'm not giving my organs away. Do not harvest my organs. I think that's what they're doing now. Yeah. Avoid donating, as Adam Hudson says. Avoid donating at death, as they see that you will be finished off if you are in some kind of accident. Yeah, they'll kill you. They'll kill you. They'll kill you. And anyway, yeah, they'll kill you. The scan didn't find anything. My butt is pretty good. I mean, I've been eating really bad food for the past 2 days. we're not talking about it. That was Debbie Evans, wasn't it? Says Vatanized Music. She is right on the ball with this sort of thing, jabs and COVID. Debbie Evans, DEBI Evans. Have you heard of this person? I never even heard of her. Anyway, happy birthday, Ruben. It's Ruben's birthday. It's Ruben's birthday. Daz comes back and says, we're all automatically opted into donating. The law has changed, and we now need to opt out if we want out. That's evil. That's evil. It stops being a generous thing, and it starts being a mandatory thing. Am I right about that, Daz? I think it's evil. If you go to the hospital, check your notes. Make sure DNR, do not resuscitate, doesn't appear anywhere. Yeah. Judo's opted out this year. But you know what? We opt out. Let's say we opt out. They say, oh, the right wing. They don't care about people. That's what they'll say. They're horrible people. Yes, Debbie Evans is amazing, says Adam. Miss her. Not on the UK column, but UK column has super strong lineup of researchers. I've heard about the UK column. I should know all of this stuff. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Debbie Evans is an ex-traditional nurse who's become awake to all the bull going on in hospitals. Yeah, well, thank you, Vatnai. Have I not said all of this? That you can't trust doctors, you can't trust nurses. It's a horrible thing to say, but I think it's true. I think you're right, Daz, Joe says. Organs are automatically harvested. Even that word is so evil. Harvested. 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 My mom's friend has a do not DNR on her notes without her consent. That's basically, please murder me. Please allow me to. This is what Steve Cuff says. Yeah, that's really, really bad. Isn't that bad, everybody? I think it's breathtakingly bad. I was because I was in basically a hospital today. It was like made up to look like a hospital. It's quite an amazing place. And I was in the hospital, and a lot of the people there were nurses and doctors in real life. They were hired to be in this movie. There must be too many of them out there, and if too many of them, you know where it was. You probably don't even know that this is now a film studio. You probably don't even know this place, but in Finchley Leisure Lake or Lakeside or something like that. Have you heard of this place? It's like there's a little lake there, and there's Pentland Building. Do you know what I'm talking about? Does anybody know Pentland Building? And it's two office buildings. One is from the 1980s or something. It looks quite new, 90s, maybe even later. And the other building is from like the 50s or 60s or something. And I wasn't in the other one, but I was in the one from the 90s, whatever. And they've made it into, it looks just like office. It was office space. And they made it into not just office space because there aren't that many walls. And they made it. Does anybody know this place? It's called Pentland. Pentland. They're the people who do different brands and stuff. Here comes Joodles coming in. Couldn't give a shite what they say, Lewis. I'll be dead. Yeah, and this is a tragedy. You don't even realize Joodles is a tragedy, and you don't even realize that Lewis Schaffer has come into your life to make your life better for the rest of your life. Possibly. I'll make it worse. I don't even know what I'm saying. But this is quite a common thing. I don't give a shit because I'm going to be dead. We can't think like that, number one. And that's what they've done to us. They've done to us by destroying children, marriage, family, towns, communities. They've destroyed this country, Joodles. They've destroyed it. In America, the number of women who think that work is way more important than having children. I'm sorry for even mentioning this because it's a gruesome thing to talk about. And the God complex surgeons won't be attempting to throw my womb in a man or harvest my skin to make pretend penises. And yes, it's happening. Yeah, they shouldn't do that. I agree with that. Didn't you sign an NDA, Lewis? Maybe I did. Yeah, I mean, maybe. What was the NDA? Did I say the name of the movie? I just said there's a movie studio there. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'll be in trouble. Thank you, Joodles. Thank you very much for saying that to me. Yeah, I signed an NDA. I didn't even read it. You don't even need to read it because you're screwed. They're going to give me money. What are they going to give me money? Let them. I mean, I don't. They were nice enough people, the people making this film. They're filming a Batman movie in Liverpool, Lewis. Get yourself up there. You make a great Joker. Yeah, thank you I appreciate that. That's almost a joke. Yeah. Joe, this is what Joe says to Joodles. Nothing shocks me anymore. It shouldn't shock you anymore. It shouldn't shock you anymore. Well, it shouldn't shock you anymore. Shouldn't shock you anymore. 4 times. What has happened already? Joodles says. Yeah. That's why we have to. I've been thinking about this a lot, and I'm not. Whatever life I've made, so many bad lifestyle choices. I have my 2 boys, C1 and C2, but we need to fight for the English people, and we need to whatever we're doing. I had my ultrasound abdominal scan. It says Vatanai, an ultrasound. Yeah. And the operator said there was nothing unusual apart from some fat on my liver. Then a text came from the doctor to say the same. Say, does that mean you had a problem? Your liver, fat on your liver because you're fat, Vantanai, aren't you fat? You got type 2 diabetes. Lammy's got a cervix farm. Okay. I had my yeah. So what are you saying, Vatanai? You're saying you're fat in your liver because you're fat. You've got to stop eating carbs. As I ate, like so many, I had two croissant and a piece of cake. I was horrible. I had I had I had a bowl of macaroni and cheese today. I'm such a bad boy. I'm so bad. Anyway, Lammy's got a cervix farm on the go. Threads of where we all got ours from have been hysterical. Okay, but they have been. Joodles is up on this stuff. We need you, Joodles. I didn't realize that. That's disgusting, Daz says to Joodles. Was this the catering bus? Yeah. It was lunch and breakfast. I didn't have really. I had 3 fruit cups because I'm addicted to fruit. Everybody is. Everybody loves fruit, but it's not healthy. I have fatty liver and I'm overweight, but never have high blood sugar. You're fat. You have type 2 diabetes. Too many carbs going back years. The way you get rid of them is to stop the carbs right now. You get an app and you write down everything and you be strict. I'm yelling at you because I'm yelling at myself. I'm horrible. I was 76 kilograms 3 or 4 days ago. Now I'm afraid to look. I will look tomorrow. I couldn't look today because I wasn't home at 12, whatever. If I wasn't a sensible person, I'd ask what a cervix farm is, Warmelian. You have a fatty liver because you eat carbs today. It does build up, but you can get rid of it by losing the weight. Transplant for me. Yes, that's right. Simon may need a transplant. So are we going to deny one of our own brother, Simon, a transplant? No, he's going to need one. So maybe we should donate. Yeah, we should. We should. I've given blood, and I'm one of the least generous person ever. Ever. So let's pray for Simon. Let's give our organs so that Simon can get an organ. But those people coming from the foreign countries, they've got horrible, horrible disease because they eat carbs and toxic seed oils. I'm not addicted to fruit, but I love a juicy peach. People aren't addicted. I said addicted. We're not addicted to it. It just has sugar in it. Sugar makes you eat more sugar. Sugar makes you eat more sugar. That's Steve Cuff said that about the juicy peach. Lammy said on the actual telly that he was quite sure. Right. A cervix is something that a man in a dress can have. Yes. Do you remember him saying that, Joodles? Joodles comes in with the information. With the appropriate surgery. He's been ridiculed ever since. Obviously, because he's an idiot. Did you see him on the Mastermind? Right. Fatnai says, I have reduced the carbs right down. And now I'm losing weight bit by bit. So let's give Vatnai a round of applause. Let's everybody fight to lose weight. So there you go. We have to fight to get rid of the fat. Yeah. Joodles misses Steve Cuff. There you go. So does Joe. We've missed Steve Cuff. You're making a joke with the juicy peach. Girl from Mars, says Simon. I really hope you get what you need. Period. No period there, but you need a period. Good luck. Thank you, Lewis. I really appreciate your kind words. I think, yeah, I feel for you. I'm a great guy too, but I also feel for you. He really is the dimmest man in England. Even Americans don't understand the monarchy, get how numbers work. Yeah. What does that mean? We don't understand the monarchy? Why should we understand the monarchy? It's the worst thing about this country is your monarchy. The worst thing. We need a king who's going to fight for this country and not fight for the globalists. So don't tell me that I don't know, maybe you're not saying this, but the monarchy is not a good thing. They're fighting for the W World Economic Forum and the Muslims. And you're telling me that's a good thing? He's our king. He's my king. He doesn't give a damn about you, the king. But maybe the next one will. Or the problem might not even be. They'll keep him around just to make him like the way they kept the way Spain kept around. What's his name? Juan Carlos. I'm sorry, Simon, Judel says. It was a really heavy heart to withdraw from the organ donor register. I've even donated my body to medical science. You have even. And that's gone too. Well, could you donate it to me, Joodles? Simon Arnold says. Um, Simon Arnold, yeah. I was asking how you were the other day. How you were the other day. Yeah, so there you go. So we're really happy to see you. So if you ever think to yourself, you know what, people don't like me that much, you come here and you'll find out whether we like you or not. Hi ho Kermit says, I wouldn't expect an American to know who superseded Henry VIII, but I'd expect them to know it wasn't Henry VII. That was shocking. That was shocking. Was it Henry VIII? Was that a real king, or was that just the song, that great song? On Henry VIII, I am. Henry VIII, I am. I got married to the widow next door. She'd been married 7 times before, and everyone was an Henry. Henry wouldn't have a Willie or a Sam. What a great song that was. You want my dead body, Lewis? That's not creepy. She's making a face. I mean, you gotta take it where you can get it. You know, some of us are not that great with the ladies anymore. So yeah, can I have your dead body? Okay, let's see. Great to have you here. It was a bit chaotic to begin with, even more chaotic than usual, Alan. Yeah, it was a good show. Okay. I thought Lee Anderson's remark on Lammy was golden. That means great remark. He said, if you put the village idiots across the length and breadth of the country in one village, Lammy will still be the village idiot. Okay, so let's find out what that means. If you put all the village idiots across the length and breadth, so you took every village idiot out of the country, okay, in one village. So you took every village idiot. He would be, I get it, he would be the idiot of this town of village idiots. He would be the man that they would look to as village idiots and say, you know what, he's even stupider than us. He's the village idiot. Really good point, Ruben. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hi-O Kermit says, my mom and dad are insisting on donating their bodies to a university. I'm not usually okay with it. But what can I do? Well, you know what the question that I see, and maybe you can agree with me or disagree with me, but when you're dead, you're dead. There are very few people have bodies like Joodles that Lewis Schaffer will want them. So you're dead, you're dead. What does it matter? You're not going to heaven. There is no heaven. There is no... Maybe I shouldn't say that because that's what's brought about the doom to this country. So there you go. Simon's thanking everybody. Thanks, everyone, for all the kind words. The thing that's scary about David Lammy is he's trying to be as smart as possible. He's thinking, I want to be smart. And he's on a program for people wanting to be smart. At least I admit that I'm an idiot. Okay, at the base and in the car, we have midazolam. We have midazolam and morphine to give us pain relief and tranquilizers. Often we go to care homes where the staff want to give these drugs to quiet and agitated patients. Yeah, well, didn't they give those drugs out to the agitated patients? I mean, what can you do? I like some of those drugs too. I should have had drugs before. I should have said, you know what, let me calm down. Weren't they using those to kill the COVID people? Midazolam. As long as they donate to the fashion department. Donate what to the fashion department? Steve Cuff says that. Bodies like Joodles. Yes, please. That's your new... Yeah, that's good. That's good. Alan, do you know Joodles? Meet Joodles. My pussycat's getting perturbed by how I'm laughing at this Avo. What does Avo mean again? What does that mean? But thank you for laughing. I'm not saying you're laughing at me, but Avo, what does that mean? Like aggravation? Or is that aggro? I don't know what that is. And men hate cats. I always tell people that I get cats, but I hate it. Joe says Lewis afternoon. Okay. Okay. This is what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna end in a couple of minutes because I'm tired. I'm tired. Are you having a good time? Oh, Avo is afternoon. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I did not know that Avo is the afternoon. That's really brilliant. So are we going to I should write down what these shows are about. The shows are about whatchamacallit. This show is about organ donation. Organ donation with Simon Arnold. It's about organ donation. It's hard to read that. Midazolam and morphine were given to patients on ventilators. It finished them off. The staff were told to do this and then couldn't understand why there were so many deaths. Well, you know what? If what you're doing is killing people and you keep on doing it, that's a bad thing. It's a very bad thing. I said that to somebody today. I said that about the ventilators, that people were dying from ventilators. People knew that the doctors, everybody knew that they were dying and they kept on doing it. Long after enough people, they could have just said, you know what, people are not living on the ventilators. So maybe we should stop. They kept on going. They kept on going with the ventilators. It's a bit Aussie to have such an abrevio, in my opinion. That's what Kermit says. Here's Daz. Good to see you, Daz. I like the joke about Diane Abbott. She says, I bought a new TV the other day, and it said built-in antenna. I'm not even sure where that is. It's a built-in antenna. It's built-in antenna. That's a good joke. Adam Hudson says, yeah, Matt Hancock ordered stacks of Maddo, whatever it is, plus the Liverpool pathway is to be avoided. What was the Liverpool pathway, Adam? I'm not sure I remember that. As a boy in the final year of school, which bordered one of the Victorian mental asylums, we had to volunteer in the community. So me and my pal, you volunteered for the occupational therapy department. As a boy, Ruben says, in the final year of school, which bordered on one of the mental asylums, we volunteered in the community. In the community, period, capital S. Can we do more pronunciation to make it easier for me to read? So my pal, he did occupational therapy department. Yeah, my mother did that when she was in at the Institute of Living in Hartford, Connecticut. They'd sit there and they'd make cups and saucers, like in their little prison until they calmed down and were allowed back in the house. We took fat old people in wheelchairs who smelt of wee. Yeah, I didn't. We didn't. Luckily, we didn't have to volunteer that much. Can you sort out your pronunciation, please? Comma, birthday boy. I think it should be a comma there. There should be a comma. When walking up and down the corridors, all we saw was staff pinning down patients and injecting them with God knows what. How many years ago was this? Because they just, they haven't had these kind of drugs for very long. So when was this? When was this, Ruben? I mean, it is horrible. It is horrible. You're 64 today. So that was 50 years ago. What was 50 years ago? When you were 14 was 50 years ago. So that was 1973. 73, yeah. 73. I still remember I was in my university, which wasn't the university, it was at a college, but a college is different in America than it is here. I remember in the medical office, they had They had, what was the drug they gave to the people? Thalidomide. They had thalidomide, a bottle of thalidomide. There you go. So you're 64. 73 was a good vintage. 1973. Is that right, Kermit? I'm always 37, remember. Okay. Well, if you think you're 37, yeah. They kept on going because the staff were instructed to follow the protocols or else. You still can quit your job, and more people could have quit their job, and then they would have stopped doing it. There was still little leeway for hospital doctors. Obey or get sacked. But they always seem to obey. Why do they obey so much? Batani. Why would they obey or get sacked? Okay, so let's just say goodbye. We've had a 90-minute show. I'm not gonna. Tomorrow's gonna be longer. We can't. We got a good turnout here. Is this enough? Is this enough of a show? What kind of guy asks, is it enough of a show? I was only taking orders. Yes, Steve Cuff says to Vatnar. Yeah. Patient's dead, and you injected them, or you gave them something, or they're really miserable. Their brain died from all the chemicals. Okay? I work with old people. Lots of complaints, none of which were my fault. Says David B. Welcome in, David B. This was a short and sweet show. I think the show has been pretty good. It's been pretty good. I mean, it's been good. It's been an hour. What time is it now? It says an hour and 11 minutes. You're weird. Don't change. Who are you talking to? Me or David B? Half sex go. Okay. You know, when I asked Jules for her opinion, she may not give it to me, but here she's giving me her opinion. Lewis and everyone, have a good evening. Take care and catch you tomorrow. That's what we do. Let's all thank each other. Thank you, David B. You came late, come earlier. Girl from Mars, thank you very much for coming in to the show. Maltese, Phil, Ruben, Adam Hudson, Daz, thank you for coming in the show. Kermit, thank you. Alan, thank you. Joe and Steve Cuff. There you go. Thank you for coming in. This turned into the best show. That's what always happens. The worse the show is, the better it is. Okay, thank you, Bobby Crush, for coming in. Cam Keating. Who's a dude? He's got a girl's name. I'm thinking, oh, he's got girl. Because I love girls. I know you think that I'm a horrible person with the girls. We should talk about that show. What was the show? I can't give the details of the show. Claire was here, and she is not here now. Let's see what's happening. Maltese Phil. Vatanai. There's Lucy is here. When did you arrive, Lucy? I thought you were on at 9. I know. You know what? I came home early because they finished with the filming for our scenes. I was a doctor. I'm sorry, Lucy. I'm sorry. I will make it up to you in some way. Ludd came in late too. Alan Williams came in. Maybe if I get a nap of a little bit, we can maybe have a show at 9. We haven't decided where we're meeting. We're meeting by Blackfriars Bridge. Where can we meet? Where's a good place to meet? By Blackfriars Bridge. Lucy's there. I was wondering where Lucy is, but I didn't want to mention it. I didn't want to say, where's Lucy? Where's Lucy? Because that would seem too needy. And I know Lucy doesn't want me to be needy. She needs me to be strong. I'm making a joke. I'm not making a joke. I'm trying to say, like whatever it is, a pithy. I don't know. You know what? Thank you, Joe, for coming in there. Alan Williams. Vatanai's music. That's my, there you go. You're the guy I listen to. There you go, the music. Lynn K, thank you for coming in. Lynn K, thank you, Lynn. Come tomorrow. We're on every single day at 5. We might be on a later time, depending. Are you on a Twitter feed? Because I got a lot of people on the Twitter feed who say, where have you been, Lewis? I mean, we've been here for so long. And also, let me do what I need to do. Everybody, you all, please like this thing. It's the most important thing you can do. 30 people watching now. How many people are liking this? It says 2 here. That's not right. 24 people. Can everybody, even, I know every single show you press like. Can you press like right now? Can you do that? Can you also subscribe? It's free. It doesn't cost anything. It just means that I'll send you a message. I'll send you a message that says, hey, we're on the air, and you won't feel that bad. Number 2, can you join? Can you join? Is that going to be hard to do? Can you join? Just you join. It costs 10 pence a day, and it's the difference between whether Lewis has caviar or doesn't. No, it does not mean that. It just is important. It's important. 10 pence a day. Most of you are here every day. 10 pence a day. I'm going to also go to the Discord thing. Go to the Kinsey Club over there. Okay. And I'm going to give you the hook for the Discord Club. Okay. Invite people to the Discord Club. Okay. Let's go back up here. Here's the pass for the disc. It's going to come up. Can somebody tell me when it comes up? Because there might be like a huge delay in having it show. The Discord. What about the other important places, which is like Patreon? How about Patreon? Patreon. There we go there. Okay. Here's the Patreon thing. I've got to do more stuff with this thing. We'll do more stuff. Today, it can't be done. I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I left the house at 5:30. I said 6, but it was really 5. I'm so tired, I don't remember what time it is. But, and then now I'm exhausted. Let's go back here. Let's go back to here. Let's go back to here. So you see the Discord. Can you see the Discord? Okay. That's the Patreon. I don't even know what Patreon does, but it does something. Or you can go to me PayPal. PayPal me. How about that? There's lots of choices here. PayPal.me/Lewis Schaffer. How do you spell my name? SCHAFFER. Okay. 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 Let's go back up here. Here's the PayPal. And that's our show. This has been the best show ever. Wait, that's not right. That's not the right one. Let me just go back up here. Let me go here. I go here. I go here. I go over here. I go. Britt, we got a new subscriber. We're doing so well. Thank you, Britt. Thank you, Britt. Okay. Let's go back over here. Let's go to here. You don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. I'm like working at an airport or something. PayPal. So you can contribute, make a one-time contribution to PayPal. This is the best show ever, and Lucy missed it, and I feel bad. I could have been. The parts of the show were just so brilliant. Just so brilliant. We're not continuing because I will fall asleep on the air, and that's not right. You want me to pay attention to you. Okay? Is that our show? Let me just say goodbye to everybody. Goodbye, Lucy. Goodbye, Joodles. Goodbye, Ruben, Steve, Cuff, Joe, Every. It's all that way, but it's all good. Girl from Mars, War Million. I give you a kiss. I give you a kiss. I give you a kiss. All right, there we go. I'm going to stay on the air for just a couple of more minutes so you can talk to each other.